Death Must Die is an action roguelike by Realm Archive. Premise is simple: kill, death.
I was not always keen on playing roguelike games. In fact, I avoided them like the plague. The idea of playing through the same areas over and over felt so torturous and unnecessary, especially compared to the games I was interested in, games that are more narratively led. That was until a friend recommended Vampire Survivors to me, and then everything changed.
If you decide to hop into Death Must Die, you'll notice that this game is a combination of other roguelike games, Vampire Survivors and Hades, both of which I also became obsessed with in the past. It takes the best parts of those games and mashes them together into a really cool game. Right now, as of writing this review, this game is in early access. There's only a couple of levels available to play through, with a third on the way. But don't let this stop you. There's an incredible amount of variety to keep you going for a while. You start off with one character, but as you play through the game and get your bearings, more become available. Each of these characters have unique abilities that can be unlocked by beating the bosses of the levels. When you level up your character, you only get a finite amount of points to use, so you have to use them wisely. You also can unlock more slots for builds so that you don't have to stick to one build. You get to experiment and see what you like best. You can also get slots for different item builds and additional chests to store all the loot you get, and trust me, it's gonna be a bunch. As you play the levels multiple times, you'll notice that the waves of enemies that come your way aren't always the same order. The only enemies that stay in the same order are the bosses. Every time you level up in a run, you get a god offering, much like in Hades. You can either choose a new one or level up one that you chose earlier. Or if you don't like what you see, you can take a chance and reroll for different powers, alter what god you got to a different one,
Or banish a power you're sick of seeing.
There's so much here that almost makes it a perfect experience.
Oh, if you want me to talk about the negative things, fine. Let me get my notes out. I wish that the story was fleshed out a little bit more, because just hearing the banter between the gods, it kind of it gets really tiresome after a while. I'm sorry, I love a good story, okay? I'm a story lover. When comparing it to Hades, what's nice about Hades is that you kind of get the whole story from the gods and all the people that you interact with at the hub. That's not to say that there isn't people at the hub to interact with. The only people that you interact with at the hub are the other characters you can play. I will say it is cool seeing the relationship develop over time with the people at the hub. They start to get comfortable with each other and they start having nicer conversations. You get a really good sense of these people and their personalities as time goes on, which match up with their playstyle, so that's really cool to see. I'll also add that the game feels unbalanced as hell. Unbalanced as hell. Depending on which gods that you choose, you can really rip through the run. Conversely, if you don't get the gods that you want, you can just you won't even make it to the end of any levels. You'll just really run into a brick wall in those levels. This is not a game where you can just brute force a win. I guess depending on who you choose and what build you do, you could, but it's not like a bunch of other roguelite games where no matter what you choose, you can either get to the end or pretty close to the end. This one, if you just get a hand, it's a hand, and then you'll have to scrap the run. You'll have to start all over. I'm not sure if this is fair gameplay. I feel like there's other games that are exactly like this, where it doesn't matter who you choose, or if it, not necessarily who you choose, but it doesn't matter what gods or offerings are sent your way. You can still get pretty far depending on how good you are at the game. Whereas this one, you can be as good as you want. It's just hard to get through it if you don't get the god offerings that you want. But time will tell as they keep updating this game. Okay, are we done now? Can I talk positively about this thing? Let me tell you about the things that I really love about this game.
Anyway, I recommend checking out Death Must Die. It's probably one of my more favorite discoveries I made on Steam, and I will be playing it for years to come. Thanks so much for everyone who checked out this video. I know I've been terrible at uploading consistently, but I am making it my mission to do better. Also, most of my gameplay for Death Must Die got lost in the sauce. I learned the hard way that recording on a Steam Deck is not the move. However, if you want to see the little gameplay I was able to get, you can go to my second channel and watch that. These are intended to have little to no commentary, so it's meant for chill vibes, perfect for y'all who just want background noise. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!